Hello everyone, Crystalline here. Welcome to my channel. This is a special pick a card in the spirit of the holidays. This pick a card is going to be a special message, a gift offering from your higher self for you. So I tuned into the higher self, unconditional love, spirit, and just asked, what message would you like to share with those that need to hear this at this time? Maybe this is a message that brings you to that place of feeling home, affirms your intuition, gives you some guidance on the next steps, or just simply brings some peace to your heart. So I wanted to offer that to all of you, and especially during this holiday season. And so as we tune in here, we have groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just take a moment and a deep breath if you need to, and tune into your intuition and go with the message that calls to you immediately. And feel free to listen to all of them if you'd like. I will put timestamps in the description, but thank you guys so much for being here with me, for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. I am launching my Patreon page as well, so please take a look at that if that's something you're interested in. I would be honored to have you as a patron. I am being guided to share so much more and create so much more with all of you, and this platform will allow me to do that. And I'm going to post all sorts of special things on there and offer things on there that will help guide us towards our authentic self. So thank you again. I'm really grateful to be here with all of you, and it just brings my heart joy. You are all a gift to me in so many ways. You give me life, and that is priceless. So thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and jump into the reading. I'm going to clear these cards away. To the side. And we're going to start with group 1. Okay. So for those of you who chose group 1, what is the special message that your higher self wants you to hear right now? We've got Round and Round from The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Fog Veiled from Earth Magic. Work Your Magic, Saint Germain. Acceptance from the Angels. We've got Take the Lead, which is the Three of Wands in the Tarot. We've got the King of Wands in reverse. And I got these cards, I picked these up yesterday, and they're so cool. I just got them at a little local thrift store, and they were brand new, but they're so cool. So I pulled these, and this one says, why am I a leader? How do I feel when I'm a leader? So, wow, that goes perfectly with this reading. So let me just see. I can already tell that you are a visionary. You are someone who is you're a leader. You're a visionary. You're very in tune with your creative powers, and you have a lot of magic. You're very, very magical in so many ways. So where do I want to start? Let's start with this Wisdom of the Oracle card. Round and Round. I kind of like starting the readings with an oracle card. 25. The number 25. So 2 and 5. 2 is, coming together. 5 is change, and together they make 7, which is seeing through illusions. It's really being able to see through everything to the path that's meant for you. And Okay, so that's pretty cool, which I see here is what's going on. So, and there's a little bit of fogginess around your whole situation right now because there's things yet to be revealed, but they are being revealed to you slowly but surely, and that's why you're watching this. So let's see what this says. The spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated, cycles you are challenged to break, and revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. Okay. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backward, the truth is that you are standing. The truth is that you are standing at a higher level, looking down into your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. Okay? So, if you're wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar? Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine, as you get to do things again, only differently this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. Wow. So, there may have been something in the past that you had tried to move forward on, whether it was a relationship or a business venture, some sort of vision that you had begun to implement, and maybe things didn't turn out. Maybe they fizzled out. Maybe you just didn't have enough energy to get the thing going. Whatever it is, the relationship or the creative project or whatever vision it is that you had in the past. And maybe you were like, I gotta let this go. This isn't meant to be. But as you've continued on, it's something that has been just lingering in your subconscious, lingering in your mind. It comes up in your thoughts all the time. And you still feel it deep in your soul as something you are very called to do, something that you know you came here to do. Like, I really feel like this is about really looking at your life right now from where you are and looking at everything that you've learned, all of the mistakes that you've learned from, all of the wisdom you've gained through every experience, good, bad, and ugly, and taking all of that, okay? Taking all of that fire and passion and vision that you have. I just feel like you're someone who is like such a strong leader, a strong visionary, and can really light the fires of other people. And they're like, because of everything that you've gone through, you're going to be able to truly lead, like in a way that you never dreamed possible. How do I feel when I'm a leader? Why am I a leader? How have I changed from holding back to following my vision? Wow. So you're holding back on something right now that you are very, very, very passionate about, because your higher self's telling you to take the lead, to go from having the visions to actually beginning to put your vision into place. Okay? Because the King of Wands, he is very attractive in a sense of like his energy can attract like-minded people like crazy. So when the King of Wands comes in reverse, he can, because he's got his fire focused on maybe the negative or the perceived failures, it can cause that fire to be a little bit harsh or, you know, fiery, and maybe not in the direction that you're intending it to go, but it comes from frustration of not seeing your vision implemented. Because you are the King of Wands, that brings you great joy to implement your visions, right? And people look to you for your guidance. They are attracted to your enthusiasm, your passion. You are very inspiring. You inspire a lot of people, and you're really able to take your visions and come up with really creative ways to implement them. And you do it with confidence. You know, when you're in your element, it's like, it's not work. It's just like, it's enjoyable and it's fun, and it makes you feel so empowered and accomplished, you know, where you're in that state of contentment. And so your fire isn't, you know, and it's when you have that fire inside of you and that passion, that if you're not channeling it into something fulfilling, it can really throw you off balance, right? And it can make you a little grouchy. So whatever it is that you have been thinking about moving forward on, your higher self is telling you that this is the time to do it, okay? Let me just see here. See what I've got here in the... So the Three of Wands, this energy is that fire energy that you really need to embody to move forward, okay? It's an energy of success. It's an energy of new opportunities opening up. So when you tap into this fire, okay, as you see yourself, as you see your vision, you know, and you begin to move forward on this path, that fire is really going to bring you the energy, the ideas, all of that stuff to continue moving forward. So it's like your higher self's telling you to be bold, be courageous, have bravery, and start taking the steps, because this is your path and you will be guided and it will be successful. Okay? This acceptance card from the angels. Get the book so I can read it. Yeah. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. You receive this card to help your relationships with yourself and others. The next time you're tempted to judge yourself or someone else harshly, pray for them, pray for their health and happiness instead. This more positive route builds self-esteem and harmony and heals relationships. Okay, so let go of needing to like control anyone or any situation, and instead focus on where you're going. Okay, focus on where you're going and really learn to accept yourself. You are a very powerful leader. You're a very powerful leader, and I feel like right now is a time where this is like a very life-changing opportunity. This is something you've always wanted to do, and you may have tried it in the past and it didn't. I feel like it's not that it ever was a failure. Maybe it just didn't get going. Like something halted it. Something in life happened and you weren't able to move forward. And now that time is coming back around, and not only are you going to be able to just really grab a hold of it and run, it's going to be better than it could have ever been because of everything that you've gone through. You'll be able to really approach your path ahead with a perspective that is more grounded in wisdom, integrity, you know, something that will be very, very long lasting. Okay. Let me read the fog veiled card to you. Okay, so it says that you are enmeshed in confusion and uncertainty and are unsure if it will ever clear up. This is not the best time to make decisions, particularly any major ones. Know that this foggy veil will eventually dissolve. Although there may be ways you are unconsciously contributing to this state, the greater truth is that this is simply a cycle you are moving through, and like all things, this too shall pass. Allow yourself to feel confused. In fact, decide to be confused. No matter what attempts you make right now to make things happen or move in any specific direction out of impatience or frustration, you risk only creating more confusion and uncertainty. So be still and patient. Wait for that first glimmer of awareness to lift the veil so that you can see the choices before you more clearly and can then choose to align yourself with the will of spirit. Okay? So if there's something right now that's you feel is holding you up, or the situation isn't clear, pull back from whatever situations are causing you to feel frustrated or impatient. When you feel that way, pull back your energy and look at things from a higher perspective and remind yourself that everything will be revealed to you in divine timing. Everything will be revealed to you. To trust your journey, to trust your path, and focus on where you're going, okay? And when you feel like something's stopping you from where you're going, pull back and go within yourself. Go for a walk, take a bath, do something to tune you back into your spirit. Because when you approach your situation from an authentic, neutral place, you can see things more clearly. Whereas if you're in the heat of the moment and there's emotions and you're pissed off or you're frustrated, it's really hard to see clearly, right? So, go for a drive, whatever it is you need to do, however often you need to do it until you're through this energy, that's going to really help you. And, if you slip up, who cares? Just get back up and, remind yourself that you're infinite, you're integral, you are love, and be really mindful of your energy right now, because this fire energy, because we are energy, everything we do affects everything, whether we realize it or not. And especially when we're in a fiery moment, that's like the last thing on our mind. But when we become aware that our energy affects everything, ourselves, the people around us, the environment around us, like if we could view it in a scientific way with to see all the different levels of energy that are occurring. Like even our thoughts are like words, they have a vibration. And so when you find yourself in that energy, if you can be mindful, if you can choose to be mindful, no matter how hard it is, if you're so upset that you're at the point where you're going to start, cursing or getting upset, like remove yourself, give yourself permission to pull back. It doesn't matter what anyone else feels about it. You have to do what's best for you. You are a leader, okay? And that is why not everyone is going to see things your way. They're not going to do things the way you do them because they're not leaders. And to be a leader requires a great amount of integrity, a great amount of inner strength. And the King of Wands, he is very, very compassionate and encouraging and supportive. He really knows how to keep people's fires lit in the most positive of ways, because he's so inspiring. Like when people listen to him, like sharing his visions, or when he's seeing his visions implemented and like people are excited about it, this is like the kind of boss that you like to work for, because he just fires you up. He makes you feel so good, and he values everyone. He's awesome. He's awesome. So this is you, and it's a process of learning how to master our human selves. So work your magic, okay? Make sure that when you do find yourself in that situation, don't beat yourself up and make it worse. Love yourself. Be like, what would unconditional love tell me? What would my mom tell me right now? An unconditionally loving mother, she would say, hey, you know better than that. You know that nothing good's going to come from that, and it's okay. Because that's not who you really are. That is not who you really are. That's just a human reaction, right? So that's how we can pull ourselves back. Okay, work your magic. Excuse me. from Saint Germain. Let's see what he has to say. You have the power to resolve the situation you're inquiring about. So this card talks about our untapped magical abilities that we have within us. And these magical abilities, we've used them before in other situations, especially when we were younger. And it was like just more natural and knowing. And as we grow up, we kind of lose our sense of our magical abilities because it's frowned upon and we're told that magic isn't real, right? So this is about tapping into those magical abilities that you have within you that you've used before that are very familiar to you and putting them to work for you in moving forward. So it's about being clear and intentional. When you're intentional, you can get through any situation because you have a goal, you have a destination, okay, when you're intentional. So have positive expectations. See everything working out in your favor. Really intentionally begin healing anything within you that needs healing, like paying attention to it. Focusing on what it is you want to manifest. Really having those meditations and visualizations of what it is you're manifesting. And like when you get really clear on that, on what it is that you're wanting to do, that clarity is what is going to bring you the results. Okay, so everything that you need is within you, and your higher self is like, yes, go with this. This is coming up for a reason. Don't fight this. Don't say, oh, I've been there, done that, and it didn't work. That's not what the case is. It happened for a reason, and it is what you're supposed to be doing. So I think this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing, okay? Believe in yourself and believe what you know to be true. You know you came here to do this, or else you wouldn't be feeling it so deeply. It wouldn't keep haunting you, okay? So now you can, instead of it being a nightmare or a ghostly vision, it can be real. It can be real. And imagine how you're going to feel. How have I changed from holding back to following my vision? I can't believe this. You're a leader. Why are you a leader? How do you feel when you lead? So that is your message. I truly hope that this message felt like a gift to you and to your journey ahead. I am truly grateful to be a messenger for you and just affirm and encourage and inspire you to keep going and keep creating and keep being a visionary and a leader. And, it's not about becoming a leader. Like, you already are a leader, right? You're already a leader. So it's just a matter of growing into it. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure to check out my Patreon page if you're interested. I would be honored. And thank you so much for subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. It truly means the world to me to be here for you guys. And it's amazing. It's a blessing. So thank you for being a gift to me in my life. Have a beautiful holiday, and we will see you next time. Lots of love. Okay, so for those of you who chose group number 2, hello and welcome. Let's see what message your higher self has for you. What it wants you to receive right now during this holiday season. Let's see what you guys got here. Message in a Bottle by Wisdom of the Oracle, Colette Baron Reed. Rain Purification from Earth Magic. Positive Change, Paravarti from the Ascended Masters. Child from the Angels. This is a new little deck I was gifted by the universe. Creative Questions. Why do I commit? How have I changed from complaining to finding solutions? How do I feel when I am committed? Okay. And then you got the Knight of Pentacles, which is absolutely And 2 of Wands, spread your wings, okay? So let me get all these up here. See what's going on here with you guys. Okay, let's start with the message in a bottle card. I think this sounds pretty exciting. You have a message coming your way or something here. So communication, a sign, a Clidon, the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. I've read this card before, but this is really, really cool. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them. When you believe, you will receive them. And when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might just say the right thing. That will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. It also says that you can expect someone to favor you with positive news. This could be in the form of a letter, phone call, or email. You are the intended receiver of this message, so stay open to what you learn. Only good will come of it in the end. The signs are all there, okay? So this card's telling you that you are right where you're supposed to be. You're on your path of your purpose, your passion, coming into alignment with your true self, you know? So I feel like your higher self is really wanting you to know, first of all, that you are on the right track, right? That you are exactly where you're supposed to be, and you are being heard, and your prayers are being answered. It's like maybe you're like teetering between, fully trusting your path and letting the past go, letting the old go. And so, like you have these deep, passionate nudges within you that are waiting to be expressed, that you are so excited to move forward on in your life. And you've made that choice to do it. This reading is confirming your commitment to your path. Because the Knight of Pentacles, he's all about commitment, right? The Knight of Pentacles is he's the slowest moving knight out of all of them, but that's because he is very solid, he's very grounded, he pays attention to detail, he's very responsible, he doesn't mind putting in the hard work or the tedious details, like he doesn't mind working the long hours to reap the rewards. When the Knight of Pentacles comes to you, this is a 100% guaranteed trustworthy offer, because you can be assured that he has paid attention to every single detail. He's thought about the whole thing. He's thought about it past, present, future. He is very passionate as well. So just because he moves slowly does not mean that he has no fire or passion. He moves slowly because he wants things done right the first time, and things are done right the first time, and it's not even a want, it's just his natural tendency to, that's how he operates, Everything that comes from him is trustworthy, it's solid, it's good to go. So you may be feeling very passionate right now and ready to really spread your wings, and you're looking towards the future, you're really looking towards walking your authentic path, and you're feeling passionate, and it might be like moving kind of slowly, but The Knight of Pentacles is also very committed, you know, very, very, very committed to the path ahead, and nothing's going to stop him. You know, he'll just charge right through it, slow and steady. So I think that is amazing. With the Two of Wands, that is a very passionate, fiery energy that is fueling you moving forward. And it's really about expanding. You know, there's like this sense of expansion around you. And so it may have you feeling uncertain about things. You know, it may have you feeling like, am I ready for this? Am I ready to really embrace this path? You know, because there may have been things in the past that were holding you back from really committing to this path, right? You know that in the past it just wasn't fulfilling you, and you're ready to move forward on a new path, you know, to focus your energy in a direction that is truly fulfilling in your heart and soul. And in order to do that, you have to first make a commitment to yourself 100%. You've got to commit to yourself, you know, because even though we may have arrived somewhere, it doesn't mean that there isn't more, you know. And when we reach a certain point, you know, we get somewhere and we think this is at one point maybe what I wanted. That as we grow, we begin to expand, and we see that there's more out there than we could have ever imagined, right? So this is about really letting go of that energy of feeling like restrained, you know, that keeps you stuck, and embracing what truly fills your heart with joy. You know, what do you really want? And I'm feeling like it's really all about really truly committing to your path. How do I feel when I am committed? Why do I commit? How have I changed from complaining to finding solutions? Okay. So once you commit to yourself and your path, and you don't make excuses anymore, it will just carry you. Like synchronicities and magic will just begin lighting the way. Like this, you know, it's just going to keep calling you forward and showing you. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. Like when the Knight of Pentacles shows up, this is guaranteed success, you know, solid foundation, solid path ahead. You know, this is commitment. He's committed. So let go of any fears, okay, that you have around this. And it could be that you have children, you know, and you're really focused on creating that safe, stable home for them, you know, or being able to move forward on your purpose so that you can benefit those in your life that need your attention, right? When the angels bring you this card, it's telling you that you have a very important role with children. Let me use my book here. I'm going to read it to you. See if you can see it here. You care deeply about children, and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection, and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you. This card signifies that a child is affecting some aspect of your question. This could be your own child, your desire for a child, a young family member, or your present or future work in helping children. Have children been on your mind lately? If so, this card is proof that whatever you've been considering is valid. This includes spending more time with children and looking into areas of employment related to young ones. Okay, so your life purpose could involve helping children, and So whatever it is that's holding you back, it's about making a commitment not only to yourself, but to those that you are here, that you are meant for, you know? And with your higher self and spirit on your side, it's guaranteed to be successful. It's going to be a positive change. It's a positive change that you are feeling. You're definitely being guided to follow your intuition on this. Your likes and dislikes have changed, and you've outgrown situations that once appealed to you, right? Which is exactly what I'm seeing here. These are positive developments signaling your spiritual growth. Some of these situations are blessings in disguise, as they're pushing you to make necessary and positive changes. You may feel pushed beyond your comfort zone as multiple areas of your life shift and flux. Yet the universe always stands ready to support you with whatever you ask for. Let go and enjoy this ride, because it truly is for the best, okay? So with the Knight of Pentacles being here too, if there's anything that you're procrastinating on or feeling like you have to do perfectly, let go of that idea and break things up into smaller steps. You know, take things one day at a time, because that'll help you start moving forward, and that will strengthen and affirm your commitment to this path. And that tells the universe and yourself, and it's just like this energy that you continue nurturing. So instead of trying to, figuring it all out at once, just do one thing a day or one step a day or whatever it is, and really look at your priorities. And like the Knight of Pentacles, he pays attention to detail, and he's very meticulous in it, because he knows the value of doing things right the first time. So don't worry about how long things take. Just focus on quality and the why, why you're doing it. You're doing it for the children or people that really look up to you, and you're someone who's very nurturing and very loving. Because with the Rain Purification card here, I feel like you may hold some things in, that you have a lot on your shoulders. I feel like at times you give a lot of your time and energy, for my book here, and sometimes, especially with children, there's not really an outlet for us to express everything, right? At that moment. And so this card says, purifying your mind, body, and spirit is the task that is put before you. Purify your mind by identifying a prominent belief you carry about yourself that inhibits you from being fully engaged in life, from showing up 100% of the time. Purify your heart by allowing yourself to breathe in and out blessings and forgiveness so that you can love even more deeply. Let yourself feel your grief, truly feel it, so that the rivers of your tears become miniature baptisms that help heal the wounds in your soul. If necessary, detoxify your body, the temple and seat of the soul, by changing your diet, doing a cleanse for a few days, or simply drinking more water. Increasing the daily amount of water you drink with deep appreciation for its purpose will revitalize your spirit. It is no wonder that in some indigenous languages, water is called lifeblood, as it is so essential to every form of life on earth. Take time to purify yourself, okay? So definitely nurture yourself, purify yourself, drink some water. Really allow your emotions. If you have any emotions that you've been bottling up, allow yourself to cry, take a bath. Give gratitude to the water for its nurturing, healing abilities, because our bodies are 75% water. And on an energetic level, on a cellular level, when we speak words and think words like of positive vibration, it truly changes the cellular structure in the water. And so saying I love you, I forgive you, it's okay to cry. It's okay to release. It's okay to feel grief because you love. You feel pain, you feel hurt because you love. And it's really important to nurture yourself just like you would a child. And maybe you need to nurture yourself just like a child too. You know, it's like we are examples for our children, and we want our children to nurture themselves when they're older. You know, we want them to love themselves. And so we're here to break the old patterns, the old beliefs of we're not good enough, we're not lovable, whatever they are, it's not true. It's not the truth. And we are here to break that pattern. And it's very, very challenging. There's a lot of karmic cycles going on right now. There's a lot going on in the cosmos. Energetically wise, there is so much happening, okay? And you're not alone in this. A lot of us are facing very similar situations. And breaking through these old patterns, these old thoughts, beliefs, and systems, it's like, you know, you got to be committed and in it to the long haul, because there are going to be things that try to stop us. There are energies and things around that don't want us to set up these nurturing foundations, because then people are empowered and cannot be controlled, right? This is all about self-governing. We've got to be leaders and live by example. So no matter how long it may seem to take, like, know that every step you're taking is coming from your heart. It's intentionally to create a better quality of life and to have more time and energy to devote to what's important. Okay, so I think this is a beautiful reading, and I truly hope that it inspired you, empowered you, and gave you the motivation to continue moving forward, like with 100% surety and security. You know, commit to yourself, commit to your path. You know in your heart what you came here to do, and it's time to spread your wings, okay? It's time to spread your wings and keep your eye, ears, senses out for messages, okay? Because there could be opportunities or different things presenting themselves to you, okay? Extra gifts this holiday season, because you've decided to make this change, and you will bless so many, because of your choice to commit. So I think it's amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this message affirmed everything. Check out my Patreon page if you're interested. I'm really excited to be creating more and sharing more, and this platform will allow me to do that here on YouTube and anywhere else I'm being called. So I thank you for, I'd be honored if you became a patron, and also thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. I'm truly so honored to be a messenger and to support so many others on their journey. It's a gift for me. It brings me so much life, and that is such a blessing. It's priceless. So I thank you, I love you, and I wish you a very happy holiday. And we'll see you next time. Lots of love. Okay, so for those of you who chose group number 3, hello and welcome. What does your higher self want to offer you at this time? What message are you needing to hear at this time? We've got Never Ending Story, number 37, Crystals Focus, Ask from the Angels. This is Earth Magic, and this is Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. We've got Embrace, the number 21. This is the World card in the tarot. How do I feel when I am aware? Why am I aware? How have I changed from being unaware to experiencing my life? These are some new cards that I was gifted, and I just love them. Okay, we got Judgment in reverse and Focus upon your strengths, Apollo. So, let's see here. Put these. You see them all on there. Okay, so, wow, this is amazing. this is a message about truly coming into awareness, of yourself and how you create your own reality. This is really cool. So let's start with the Never Ending Story card here, number 37. So the Never Ending Story card is all about self-criticism, the wounded ego, and unnecessary dramas. I know I've pulled this card for you guys before. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. Okay, so yeah, your higher self is really asking you to become aware of this self-defeating thought pattern that you have going on. I'm going to read the relationship message of this card too. It says, sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. Okay, so this is about not comparing yourself to others. This is about not looking at others and thinking they have something that you don't. Because the truth is, everything others have, you have as well. And when we come to realize that the true source of abundance, the true source of our desires, the true source of love comes from within us, we begin to become aware that we have the power to either feed this energy or let it die and focus instead our energy on something that is true, okay? To focus it on the path of unconditional love. And to become aware that you are infinite, that you are unconditional love, to become aware of the truth, okay? The truth is that you are the force. You are infinite. You are pure source energy. You have everything you need within you to manifest and create whatever it is you came here to create. And once you are in tune with the truth, the soul, who you really are, and you are really aware of where this source of true abundance comes from, true love, the truth, okay, you will begin to identify with it as who you really are. When you are feeling things like fear or like shame, guilt, all of that, that is not who you really are. In truth, that is not who you are. That is a human condition, a response to a lack of love. So it's about loving yourself unconditionally, changing your thoughts from self-defeating, criticizing thoughts to empowering thoughts, to truthful thoughts. to truthful thoughts, because anything fear-based is not truth. It's not truth. And when you become aware of that, you can change the whole story, okay? Because with judgment in reverse here, judgment is a time of transformation. It's a time when we are really evaluating our lives. We're looking back on our journeys, what we've been through. We're really reevaluating everything. And when it comes reversed, it's like we're kind of hesitant to look at the truth. We're hesitant to really face our inner truths, right? Our shadows. And it makes us feel weighed down. It keeps these negative thoughts fueled, basically, because we're doubting ourselves. And doubt feeds that energy, okay? So when judgment comes here, this is a divine intervention. You got the World card here too. These are two major arcana cards. So you're going through a very potent spiritual transformation to shift your perception of focusing on your so-called flaws to focusing on your strengths. No more focusing on your weaknesses. It's about focusing on your strengths, because as humans, we all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. Okay, we all have light, we all have dark. The only difference between a person who is perceived as good or bad is someone who chooses to do the right thing, chooses to act from truth versus choosing to act from fear. Fear has you making choices unconsciously, or truth has you making very clear, intentional choices based on your own inner knowing and guidance, okay? So really tune into yourself, living from that place of being authentic, being truthful, trusting your inner guidance, trusting what it is that you're here to do, and envision your goals, envision your future, embrace the world, and envision yourself feeding your strengths, fueling your strengths. And don't compare yourself to others, because we all have different strengths, okay? It's about really loving yourself unconditionally for who you are and understanding that your power is limitless. It comes from within you. That practice alone of just coming into the awareness will bring in this new energy that's going to really fuel you on your new path. Okay, so see yourself living in your truth. Visualize yourself living in guilt and shame and fear, and see how that feels. And then visualize yourself living in strength and courage and bravery, because we still feel fear, right? But it's about being brave. It's about having courage. And with the World card here, let me see what the book has to say, because this is like an oracle tarot. I really love this deck. So this card is all about achieving, welcoming, appreciating dreams, wholeness, and contentment. When it comes to love, the universe is smiling upon you at this time. Energies are moving and shifting, coming together to give you exactly what you need and want. Your efforts to clarify your heart's desires to be present in current relationships and to actively manifest new relationships are now bearing fruit. In this moment, you are in a position to achieve all that you have dreamed of regarding matters of the heart. Your dreams are ready to manifest. Allow all the pieces to gently fall into place. Don't resist, okay? Just embrace. Your own personal energies are combining to bring you to a new level of being whole and perfect. This will allow your relationships to fall into place beautifully as well. To support this process of integration, work with the concept of having an open and grateful heart. Express appreciation for the many blessings in your life. As you go through your day, be aware of the grace that surrounds you. Grace shows itself in ways both large and small. The larger manifestations of grace may be your family, your health, and your home. However, there are many smaller manifestations of grace that can also be acknowledged. Appreciate the warm sun on your face, the cool breeze blowing through your hair, the lovely flower growing from a crack in a stone wall. By being grateful, you surround yourself with contentment, and through the law of attraction, you will welcome more of the same, including more fulfilling relationships, okay? And the affirmation for this card is, I acknowledge my many blessings and am open to receiving my heart's desires, okay? That will really keep you in that frequency of manifesting what it is you truly want and keep you out of the fear-based consciousness, because that's not what you want to attract anymore, okay? You are on to bigger and better things, my friend. So with the Crystals Focus card here, this card is all about bringing your complete focus to whatever it is you're doing, okay? So it's about letting go of any distractions that might keep you from this, and so that you can give your undivided attention to, focusing on your strengths. If there's anything in your life that has you in that energy of feeling weak, it's time to let it go, okay? And even just take a break from it, or whatever it is that you need to do, because you're going through a spiritual transformation and it's not going to go away. I mean, it's for your growth, and once you are really clear about everything, crystal clear, you'll be in the flow. You'll be in the flow. You'll feel the life force within you, and it'll just start really moving. The universe will affirm things for you. It will bring you relief. It will bring you more magic. It will show you what you need when you need it. And that will just keep reaffirming. And before you know it, you'll be on your way. So, use the force and use it to affirm your life. Use the force to appreciate and be grateful for everything that you've gone through that's shown you how amazing you are, how, that has given you this awareness. And when, like I said, if you don't know what to do, pray, ask for guidance. Ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is your free will that allows you to make your own choices and decisions. So we patiently await your requests. And, your angels, your spirit guides, your higher self, they stand by waiting and ready to help you. But you have to ask. You have to genuinely, authentically, first you have to be aware that they're actually there. And you have to ask for guidance, Higher self, please show me the way. When I was really confused about things, I would just get so frustrated sometimes and just get so fed up with it that I'd be like, you better show me something within the next 24 hours or I'm done. I was just like, and you know what? It would be like so blatantly spirit that I would just be like, whoa, okay. So, but I wasn't really asking before. It was like I was just expecting, as I did the work, that it would come. But once I was really intentional, and part of asking is being intentional, everything is energy. So the more energy we give to something, the more it grows, the faster it grows. It gives it more momentum. So if you're praying silently in your head, the universe can't hear your voice. It may come, but it might take longer, versus if you're like, universe, bring me, help me. Where do I go? Where are you? And you just imagine shouting that every day, something would show up, right? Probably pretty fast. I don't know if that's not the way to go about it, but I'm just thinking in my mind, energy wise, vibration, frequency, really tune in and become aware that everything is connected. Everything is energy. And when you're really focused on something, it manifests, whether it's good or bad. So if you're resisting this transformation and you're focused on being negative, it's just going to be this never ending rewounding of yourself. And that's not what you want to do. You want to take everything you've learned, become aware that you are the master of your vessel and that you have the power to change. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past or what you've been through. What matters is that you are an infinite being. You are divine, unconditional love. And there is absolutely nothing that can ever change that or break it. You are unbreakable. You are unfreaking breakable. You are strong. You are life force, energy, love is the strongest force on earth. Okay, so focus upon your strengths, not your so-called perceived weaknesses. Okay, because we all have weaknesses. We all have weaknesses, and we all have strengths, right? So your strengths could include your loving heart, pure intentions, people skills, hobbies, or something that you excel in. Even if your talents still need polishing, there are strengths and assets. The more you bless and appreciate your strengths, the stronger they'll grow. If you focus upon so-called weaknesses, they will grow. Okay, this card comes to you as a reminder of the importance of viewing yourself with compassion and love. Anytime you find yourself thinking or feeling poorly about yourself, focus upon your strengths instead, okay? So you already know how to manifest very powerfully with your thoughts and words. It's time to focus that energy in an unconditionally loving way to yourself and to the world. And in that way, that energy, when you are affirming life, when you are affirming love, maybe even just starting a simple daily practice every day of like 5 minutes in the morning, first thing, like just reading some positive affirmations. I know it's corny, but even little things like that can just shift our mindset really quickly. For a while, I had a morning, I think it was Abraham Hicks. It's like a 15-minute morning inspirational video on YouTube. And it helped me so much. I would listen to it every morning for months. And it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's putting you in that vibration of your true self, your true authentic self. That is the energy you want to focus on. Okay. And yeah, this is amazing. How do I feel when I am aware? Why am I aware? How have I changed from being unaware to experiencing my life? So once you come into that full awareness of who you really are, life becomes an experience of your own making. It becomes enjoyable. We're not constantly in that state of struggle. So I am so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And I just feel you embracing yourself, embracing your strengths in the world. And once you do that, everything will just flow for you, and being conscious and aware is huge. It's huge. It takes a lot of strength, inner strength. But once you get there, it's all downhill. Okay. So thank you for being who you are. Thank you for tuning in and, choosing love, and to look at yourself in the mirror and realize that you at the core of who you are, you're a badass. You are infinite divine intelligence. And this is what you came here to overcome. This is what you came here to break up this energy and transmute it and alchemize it into something beneficial for the future. Okay? Like, you are strong and you have this awareness for a reason. And you're about ready to learn and become aware of what is waiting for you. The whole world is waiting for you right now. So focus on your strengths and go forth. Okay. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I hope this affirmed your intuition and gave you some just affirmation and encouragement and inspiration and confidence in yourself. Okay. To see that you're so much more than any self-defeating thoughts. Like so much more. Okay. So stay strong, and if you feel called, please check out my Patreon page. I have a link in the description. I am just launching that, and so excited to be creating more content for all of you, and this will really support me in being able to do that. And it brings just so much love to my heart. It feels like a blessing and a relief at the same time, because Spirit's always nudging me. So this will allow me to do that. And thank you for your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, your shares. I truly feel so blessed and honored to be a messenger for all of you. You are all so amazing and so strong, and just, walking this path together has been such a blessing for me in so many ways. So It's a gift for me, and I truly hope you enjoyed this offering, and I look forward to seeing you next time. All my love. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Okay, group number 4. Hi there. Hi, group 4. What is the message your higher self wants to give you today? Let's see what you guys got here. We got love and compassion from Earth Magic. You can do it from Archangel Michael. The 9 of Pentacles, or well-deserved reward. This is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland. This is Earth Magic and Ascended Masters. How do I feel when I feel happy? Why am I happy? How have I changed from being in a bad mood to enjoying my happiness? These are some little cards that were gifted to me yesterday. So I think these are really fun. They've been really cool. You've got the Wheel of Fortune and Why by the Wisdom of the Oracle, Colette Baron Reed. And there's nothing to worry about from the angels. Okay, so what is going on here? What is the message for you? This is beautiful. Let's start with the oracle message here. Let's see what's going on with all of you. Why is the number 31? Okay. So this card's all about motives, driving intention, the power of knowing the why. There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So it also says we don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this and why did I say that? And spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listening to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? So, wow, this is beautiful. Why? Because of love. Why? Because of love. Because of choosing to be happy. Because I feel like maybe you have gone through, some karmic things. You've gone through some things that have helped you see things in a new light. And with the Wheel of Fortune card being here, a new cycle is beginning. And you've really learned a lot from the past. You've gone through some karma, and now you're on the wheel's turning in your favor. And it's turning in your favor because you have shifted your mindset. You've shifted your focus to serving, for the highest good of all, serving love, choosing to walk the path of love, and everything right now is going to flow in your favor. Every step you take from here on out is going to bring you fulfillment and satisfaction and fortune. you know, real fortune, the fortune that comes from within, right? I'm going to read, I want to read the love and compassion, and then I'm going to get in there. I'm feeling called to read that really quick. It's going to trigger something. You know, and this card does talk about, you know, the heart and the heart chakra. It's green with, you know, that's the color of the heart chakra, and the pink in the center, and then the two hands reaching toward each other through the heart, right? So it's where love is centered in our heart. And when our hearts are open, when they're truly open to love and receiving love, the energy of our heart, it expands and emits like crazy. It is so much stronger. It can emit tons more energy than our brain, like way more energy than our brain. It creates an energetic field that there's no comparison. So when we're in that vibration, we are attracting amazing, wonderful, loving things into our life, right? And so this card says, it says, all wounds stem from the illusion of separation from source and all of creation. The route to healing this wound is through cultivating love and compassion for every being on this planet, including yourself. Not a bland standard of unquestioned acceptance, but a heartfelt sense of profound relatedness to whatever you perceive as apart from yourself. True compassion requires not only the feeling of warmth that emanates when you are in touch with your heart center, but in acts of kindness, even if this simply means being a fully attentive listener. Respect the fact that your heart is a giver, putting out electrical energy, and a receiver, drawing in magnetic energy. These energies are best sensed by attending to the steady flow of your breathing, while also noticing your heart area. Righteousness, fear, anger, and judgment are some common ways to block your natural desire to love. Forgiveness is not only letting go of judgment, but also seeing through the illusion that you and all that is are separate. Look about you and inside of you and do your best to love whatever you see. Okay, and I feel like that is really a part of your whole life path here. That you came here to truly walk that path of unconditional love, to truly build that energetic foundation of unconditional love. And why you're doing it is because you are an infinite soul being who came here to do that. With the 9 of Pentacles here, well-deserved reward, this is someone who is very in tune with their why. This is someone who is very successful, very abundant, very generous, very prosperous, very kind and loving, very intelligent, you know, kind of like the aunt who has a beautiful home and all the stuffs, and the kids always love going over to her place because she cooks for them and has all these wonderful things, and her spirit is just, but she's worked hard for everything in her life, you know. It's someone who is generally like, just, they're fulfilled on their own. They know where the true source of happiness comes from. They're in tune with their spirit, with source, and it doesn't matter who, you know, they're not looking or yearning for anything. They are content and they feel satisfied because they've worked hard. And when I mean work hard, they've chosen that inner strength and perseverance and staying positive and focusing on love to get to where they are. You know, they didn't get there by working hard, like laboring physically. They got there because they were in tune with their source and followed that path, okay? And that path is empowering. That path is what brings happiness and joy. Why am I happy? You know, how have I changed from being in a bad mood to enjoying my happiness? How do I feel when I feel happy? Right? Because what's the point of being here if we're all miserable and suffering and struggling and repeating karma? You know, I mean, how would we feel if we were constantly living on the wrong wheel, turning in the direction we don't want to go. When we realize all we have to do is tune into our source, tune into love. We are unconditional love, and the wheel starts turning in our favor. And it doesn't mean that things aren't going to happen. It doesn't mean there aren't going to be challenges or, sadness or any of those things. But it means that when we feel any situation from a place of unconditional love, that no matter what, it's going to bring comfort, it's going to bring strength, it's going to bring perseverance. And those are the times when love truly matters. I mean, in the times when we're not going through hard stuff, that's when we create and appreciate and, build our bonds together and nurture those bonds. Like, I see that you have really chosen to walk the path of love. And no matter where it leads you, you will be living from your vibration, and it's going to reveal so much as you go. For you, it's important to be happy. It's important to choose the path that allows you to feel happy, that nurtures your happy, that nurtures your soul, that has you smiling all the time and feeling content, and like nothing could, shake your foundation, right? There's nothing to worry about. You are safe, and this situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you, okay? Let's see if there's anything else you might need to hear out of here. The angel sent this card to you because you've been needlessly worrying. Worry is a form of prayer that draws to you that which you do not desire. Release your worries to your angels, as there truly is nothing to worry about. In fact, your worries could create a self-fulfilling prophecy, okay? So whatever's happening right now is it's the law of attraction. It's we reap what we sow. There are things going on, and we don't have control over all the players in our lives, but whatever happens, happens for a reason. So stay focused on the love, no matter what. Having compassion, love, accepting things as they are. And when you don't know why, ask the question, tune in, and go to the source of why you're asking that question. Because that's where you're going to find your answer, Why am I not feeling happy in this situation? What is it that, maybe you have so much, but there's just something missing. Or maybe, I don't know, but maybe you just feel there's something more. But your higher self is telling you that all the answers are within you, and it has to do with love, with truly understanding where the source of happiness, love, joy, contentment comes from. And no matter what we're going through, love is forever. We're always connected. It's always reassuring and healing and affirming. Okay, you can do it. By Archangel Michael. Where's my book at here? Okay, so you're qualified and ready to take the steps toward your desired outcome. You have what it takes to fulfill your dreams and your life's purpose. This card signals that it's time now to make your move. You can do it. So take action without delay or hesitation. Okay, you are a very amazing, loving person. And you're on the right path. Whatever it is, you are on the right path, and you are here for the purpose of love in whatever way that is. It's It's about tuning into your happiness, your joy, and staying focused on that, you know, no matter what's going on, staying focused on that. Let me just see. Yeah, so I feel like this is your higher self just telling you to be proud of yourself. Okay, because your higher self is acknowledging you for, you know, being self-empowered, self-governing, self-reliant, for choosing to have confidence in yourself. Okay, and with the Wheel of Fortune being here, it's like no matter where you're going, things are just going to flow effortlessly. Okay, so stay in the compassion, stay in the love, and as you like, just doing that is going to, that's all you need to do. You know, I feel like you're being blessed, especially with the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles. It's like, I can't quite put my finger on this one, but whatever it is you're worrying about or questioning, it's because of your desire to, you know, it's almost like you can, it's like, you know where the source of your happiness comes from. You understand like what it means, you know, how powerful positive thinking is and being confident. And so maybe having compassion for those that don't see it as clearly as you. I don't know, but I do know there's nothing to worry about. And you are very blessed. You are very blessed, very loved, very, very guided. And in turn, you are that for others. You are an inspiration and a very positive, reassuring energy for people. You give them confidence because of your own. You know, you remind them of what true, unconditional, compassionate love is, just because you embody that. And there's no reason for you not to be happy. There's no reason for you to dim your light, you know, because someone else doesn't understand where the true source comes from. It's about you shining and in reminding them that they have the same power within as you do, and that they can turn things in their favor just like you. That's what I'm feeling. So you are absolutely amazing. I'm so glad you're here and to be connected to you. Thank you for being who you are and walking this path of love with me. And, you know, like together, this support, this affirmation is, you know, it's priceless, and it gives us so much encouragement to keep going forward and to get stronger and become more confident in our own knowing, our own intuition. And I just feel like this is a powerful time to really stand in our power, really stand in our light, because we're being challenged, you know. But we are continuing to shine, and we will, because that's the source. So thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. I truly hope this affirmed everything you're feeling and gave you the message you needed to hear at this time. I feel so honored and blessed to be a deliverer of the messages. Please check out my Patreon page if you're interested or feel called. I am super excited about it. It's going to allow me to create so much more content for the YouTube channel, and I'm going to have special goodies for my patrons. So I am just feeling very blessed to support and bring messages of love and hope and inspiration, and feel so grateful. You guys give me life. You give me so much. It's a blessing. So thank you again. I love you dearly, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you next time. Crystal Lynn, peace out.